Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Man Show. I am your host, Doug Holt. And gentlemen, Tim is off for the week, unfortunately. You guys are stuck with me today. So, guys, one of the things I want to talk to you about, you're not worthy of being loved. You're not worthy of love. Now, when I say that, how does that feel? I'm curious. What are the thoughts that go through your head? Are you upset? Do you want to turn this off? Are you upset because of what I said? Are you upset because you believe it's true? Now, one thing I found after coaching for all of these times and working with men, advising or mentoring, whether it be just as a business consultant or as a coach for men, the powerful man movement, or elsewhere, is that most men have negative self-talk. We all do, right? I mean, the truth is, if you talk to me the way you talk to yourself, would we be friends? No way. You belittle yourself. We put ourselves down. I do the same thing. Though I work very hard at being the gardener of my mind and pulling out the weeds, one thing that comes up time and time again with men, as we take them through the activation method and maybe into the alpha reset, is that self-talk about not being worthy of love, not being worthy of feeling love, not being worthy of being loved by their partner, being loved by their ideal wife. And it's because of this inner dialogue, inner conversation, guys, that oftentimes what happens is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see, when we start believing something, it starts manifesting or whatever you want to say, or becoming real for us. It becomes a reality. If you believe you're lazy and you're telling yourself you're lazy all the time, guess what? You're going to act lazy. If you believe that you're an amazing business person, guess what you're going to act like? A great businessman. The same thing happens with the negative. If you believe that you are not worthy of love, if you believe you're not worthy of being loved, then you won't be. And the truth is, people are trying to love you all over the place, and you're not seeing it. You can't receive it. It's kind of like that idea. We've all had this happen. You know, you want that red sports car, right? The red sports car you've always wanted. No one you know has one. You see it in a picture and you say, you know what, I want that. I haven't seen that Porsche. And next thing you know, you're driving down the street and you see one. You're like, whoa, that's the first one I've seen. And then you see another one and another one. And they seem to come out of nowhere like everybody all of a sudden has got this friggin' car. Why is that? Well, the car was always there. You just weren't looking for it. So therefore you didn't see it. It wasn't your view. You see, our brains can only process so much information. And so it starts finding the things that you're looking for. It has to exclude so much. It's got the colors in the trees. It's got animals moving around. If you're in the country like I am, there's deer, the squirrel, there's all kinds of things going on. So it only can process some things in your field of vision. And it needs to process the things that it's looking for. So if it's looking for, I'm not worthy of love, or if I'm not worthy of being loved, then that's what it's going to search for. And it's going to find evidence for that each and every time. Each and every time. So why not stack the evidence in your favor? Stack the evidence in the, I am worthy of being loved. I am worthy of having an amazing wife. I am worthy of having an amazing family. I am worthy and deserving of having an amazing business. In fact, I can have it all in all 5 territories. The 5 territories are self, health, wealth, relationships, and business. And yes, you can have it all in all those 5 territories. Most of us have just told ourselves a story of I can only have it all in business. Yeah, marriage isn't working out. It's out of my control. Yet we haven't done anything about it. We haven't done the real drastic measures. If your business is failing, my guess is, guys, you're going to do everything you can. You're going to hire the consultants. You're going to go out there. You're going to grind it out if you need to, because you can pull yourself up by your own 2 bootstraps, right? You're going to outwork everybody, right? These are stories you told yourself early on in your business career. And it served you to a point. The point is now you're telling yourself a story of you're not worthy of love. Now, maybe that's not your story. Maybe you have a story that's similar, though. Maybe it's about how you can't get in shape. Maybe it's about how you always fail in your marriage. Maybe it's something other than that. Well, guess what? When that clogs your mind, just like Just like saying, I'm not good in bed, all you think about when you're having sex is not being good in bed. Guess what? You're not going to be connected. You're not going to be a good lover. It's not going to work for you. Stack the evidence in your favor, gentlemen. Stack the evidence in your favor. Make a court case for yourself, for your mind, for your subconscious about the opposite. Where is it for you? Now, I've been coaching in one way or another for over 20 years. It's a long time. I'd be a moron not to pick up a few patterns along the way. And I can tell you with great certainty, at least I've seen it so many times that I believe it to be a fact, that what we tell ourselves, the conversations that come out in our heads or come out of our mouths are the actual programming that goes into our brain. It ends up becoming our reality. Either the world's working for us or the world's working against us. Think about that. One person has the belief that the world's working for him. It's working in his favor. Things happen for a reason in a good way. The other person, the other person believes the world's working against him. He believes the world's out to get him. He's fighting and battling. He uses words like that. I'm battling my way. I'm a warrior. Those are all negative connotations. They're going to have different responses to the exact same situation. A guy meets a stranger. Say, I walk up to somebody. I'm a really nice guy. I walk up to somebody and their viewpoint is the world is working for them. They're going to say, Doug, great to see you. And we're going to have a conversation. And it's going to be a great, amazing conversation. They're going to find out what my specialties are. And maybe I can help them and I'd be happy to. Right? And maybe we have a beer together. The other person who's in that trap of, I got to battle, I got to struggle, everything's a war, right? They use terminologies like that often, these people. The world's working against me. I run into them, I meet them, they're going to be like, what's this guy want from me? What's this guy trying to do to me? Right? They're not trusting. They can't trust other people. And they have evidence. Well, my friend in college, he slept with my girlfriend. And then this person did that. And they miss all the great things in life. But the truth is, if you write down all the things that happened to you, I guarantee you guys, most of them are great things. If you just have the ability to listen to this show, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to me on Spotify or iTunes or whatever it may be, truth is, you're privileged. You're privileged. Yet we create these prisons in our mind, these horrible avenues in our mind that become dead ends and lock ourselves into these stories. And most of you guys, in my experience, have a story, a version of the story that you are not worthy of being loved. Now, maybe it's just you're not worthy of the love of your wife, your current partner. So you think, if I cheat on her, if I find another woman, then she'll love me, she'll respect me, she'll appreciate all the things I do, the 2 houses, the multiple cars, the vacations I take her on, yada, yada, yada. But the truth is, it's going to come back to you. Now, every marriage is different, but bell-shaped curve, guys. Most of us are going to fall into the situation where our marriage is a reflection of us. I know it was for me. And that was a tough pill for me to swallow. I didn't want to drink that. Didn't want to suck that one down. But when I came to that realization, and we have a podcast previous to this on extreme ownership, when I came to that situation, man, did that change everything. And I realized, what are the thoughts that I'm thinking about myself? What are the words I'm saying about myself? If you've been listening to this podcast long enough, one of the things I did was I asked people around me, what are the things I complain about the most? And most people came back to me and said, dude, you always are complaining you're tired. I thought, that's weird. Maybe every once in a while I say that. And I started really paying attention to my thought patterns and really paid attention to when I said I'm tired. I was saying that like 20 times a day, no clue. And I was stacking evidence for it, right? I didn't sleep well then, or I don't have the energy I used to. I used to be a competitive athlete, or all these stories I had about myself. And I was stacking the evidence about me being tired and why I should be tired. The same thing happened to me about worthy of being loved. And most of you guys, I'm guessing you listening to this right now, you have a version of this story for yourself. And you're stacking the evidence to prove it's true. We will fight. We will lie on a sword to prove that what we are saying is right, especially to ourselves. My question is it serving you? Is it serving you to your best ability? Yes? No. If it's yes, continue to do it. Double down on that. I want you to do it more and more. If it's no, now we may want to consider changing it. We may want to consider rewriting the software that's programming that's going into our heads and it's coming out into our realities, right? It's going into our subconscious mind, which is a processor that's a billion times more effective than our conscious mind. I'm not worthy of being loved is going to show up. And when my wife tries to love me, tries to show me appreciation and love, but I still have the program, I'm not worthy of being loved, I'm not going to see it or accept it. And how crappy is that? That's like getting a Christmas gift, opening it up in front of the person, and then just throwing it in the trash. How shitty of a feeling is that for that other person? It's horrible. You would never do that in a million years, right, guys? Never. But we do it all the time. We do it all the time by holding back our love for ourselves. And thus, when somebody else tries to show us love and appreciation, we take their love and appreciation for us, which is their love and appreciation, and we throw it in the trash. We throw it in the garbage. And then we stack the evidence and find reasons, dumb reasons, of why we're not worthy of being loved. Look in the mirror. I'm fat now. I don't make as much money as John across the street. I didn't take my wife to the Bahamas. I don't spend enough time with my kids. And we start stacking the evidence as if we're going to go in front of a judge or a solicitor and give them all this evidence about how unworthy we are. Right? When the truth is, we could stack the other evidence. I am worthy of being loved. How do I know that? Well, God, I came home and my kids wanted to see me. Wow, you know, my business partner actually calls me almost daily. Not because he has to, because he wants to. I'm worthy of being loved because I'm one of God's children, if that's your belief. I'm worthy of being loved because I'm here. I'm worthy of being loved because everybody is worthy of being loved. Whatever it is for you, stack the evidence, get your evidence in your favor, and take that to the court of life. Take that to your relationships and see how it changes. I'm going to challenge you guys. I'm going to challenge you for 30 days, right? Let's just say January. For January, I want you to stack the evidence in a journal. And I guarantee you less than 1% of you will do this. Guarantee it. Prove me wrong. But most of you won't take the time to actually do this. Stack the evidence in your favor. Every day, I want you to stack reasons you're worthy of being loved. Write it down. Keep a journal. Make it easy. If you're a religious man, maybe it's just because you're one of God's creatures. If you're not a religious person, maybe it's just because everybody deserves to be loved. Maybe it's because you have kids and they love you. Maybe you're worthy of being loved because, I don't know, because you pay your taxes. Whatever it is, make it easy on yourself, guys. That's the key here. Don't make it hard. Again, I know based on doing this for so long that almost none of you will do this. Why? It requires work. You're going to go on to the next podcast, the next audiobook. Don't allow 2022 to be exactly like 2021. Draw a line in the sand right here, right now. Make the commitment. I'm going to friggin' do this. And I'm going to take a picture of my journal and I'm going to put it in the Facebook group because I'm going to show you guys that I am a winner. I'm a powerful man. I take action. Now, what do I gain out of this, sharing this with you guys? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So take me on my challenge. Prove me wrong. Or better yet, prove it to yourself that you're one of the 1%. In fact, I would even say that's half the percent. We have thousands of men that listen to this podcast, right? Tens of thousands a month that listen to this. Out of that tens of thousands, I would be shocked if 10 of you, or 10 guys, not you, because you're going to be the difference, right? That 10 guys actually do this for 31 days in January, straight days. Now, if you get this later in January, that's okay. You can still do 31 days of stacking the evidence in your favor. And if it's not about worthy about being loved, do something else. I'm worthy of an amazing marriage, right? My wife is amazing. That could be an interesting one. Ooh. How would your marriage turn out if you actually wrote that down and stacked the evidence around that subject, guarantee it'll change your relationship. Guarantee if you do it around loving yourself, it'll change your relationship with others, but also change your relationship with yourself. Guys, decide in this moment, are you going to be that 1% of 1%, right? Are you going to be that man? Or are you going to go on to the next show, the next podcast? Hope there's another insight, hopes that something sinks in, and decide not to take action. And rolling through 2022, rolling into 2023, and then 2024, then 2025, hoping that things just change, just magically change on themselves. It doesn't work that way, guys. You don't imagine yourself or hope by listening to fitness podcasts that you're going to be an athlete again. No, you got to get your reps in. You got to go to the gym. You got to put the work in. You got to prep your meals. There's things you just have to do to make it work. The same is with other areas of your life. Let's go over the 5 territories again. There's self, right? That's you. That's how you fill your cup. It's doing things. It's winter here where I live. So I'm going to go skiing. I'm going to go to the Bahamas. There's things that I'm doing for myself to fill my cup. Then there's health. What are you doing for your health? Right? I go to CrossFit 4 times a week. I also do other workouts. I do stretching because I'm so tight. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be 45 this year. I'm getting a little tighter, a little creaky. So I want to move my body. Right? I got to prep my meals. I got to eat a little healthier, probably drink a little less this year. So I'm prepping myself for those. I'm doing the work that needs to be done, not just helping. What about the area of wealth? That's the 3rd territory. Now, wealth can be a lot of things. It can be money, which I'm setting myself up and my family up for financial abundance, but it can also be abundance of time, right? What are you doing there? Now, what about your relationships? That's what we're talking about here. Relationships with yourself and relationships with other people. Maybe it's your partner. And then also your business, right? We cater to business owners. I'm a business owner. Tim's a business owner. You're a business owner, probably. What are you doing in your business? What are those things you're consistently telling yourself? And I can guarantee that if the feeling of not being worthy of being loved or not being worthy of love is in your conversation, it's bleeding into your business. Guarantee it. I've seen it 100% of the time. Not 50%, 100% of the time. Guarantee it. Easy way to go through it. It's also bleeding into your relationships with the people. Again, remember the analogy. If I show you love and your conversation in your subconscious is, I'm not worthy of being loved, it's like me giving you a gift and you looking at me, unwrapping it, and then throwing it in the trash in front of me and then smiling. I'm going to be like, what the heck just happened? And yeah, we probably won't hang out very much, will we? Right? You know that. You, like me, we want great people around us. In order to get great people around us, we need to be great. And that starts with the program in your head, guys. It starts with the conversation in your mind. So, gentlemen, my challenge to you today is stack the evidence in your favor. Stack the evidence as in the next 31 days, you're going to present this book, this journal, to a court of law. And you're going to present that, and they're going to look through this and all the things you said about yourself, all the evidence of why you're worthy of being loved, and why you're worthy of love. And they're going to flip through this page after page, and they're going, yep, you are worthy of love. And the judge in this court case, gentlemen, is you. You get to make that decision. Guys, in the moment insight, always take action. Be that 1%, take some action, and we'll see you next time on The Powerful Man Show.